the worst ever floods in the last few decades. We've had floods in 2019 and 2023, but they were not half as bad as this. The government had just 17 days to prepare for the floods, to make arrangements. Flood control, which should have been the front of the policy making, front and center of policy making, that somehow took a backseat. Because 17 days is not enough even for a small city like Chandigarh. What you are talking of entire Punjab.
Where does the Punjab government stand and where is the central government? Because there are reports of mismanagement at the relief camps.
Central government came into picture rather late. He can pay farmers a compensation of 50,000 to 60,000 per acre. What normally happens is they get very, very piddly sum. It's sometimes as bad as 3,000 for an acre. They are not like Chandigarh, which was built from the scratch. So that has to change. Then the road gullies have to be cleaned.
Punjab is reeling under one of its worst flood crises in decades, with over 3 lakh acres of farmland submerged, 29 lives lost. The pressing question of the hour is, was this tragedy avoidable? Now, we have the resident editor for the Indian Express who covers Punjab, Himachal, and Haryana with us, and we will talking about the on-ground situation and who is responsible for this crisis. Welcome, Banraj. Thank you for giving us time. Let's begin with the current on-ground situation. If you can give us an idea of what it is like there.
So at present, Punjab is experiencing heavy rains. It's flooded. All the 23 districts have been declared flood hit. Earlier, it was just 8. From 8, we went to 12. And yesterday, it came to 23 districts. 30 people have died. They have lost their lives in the floods, largely due to house collapse or drowning. And that over 3 lakh acres of land is submerged, which is tremendous because it goes to show how the crop is going to be impacted. And I think about 3,54,000 people have been affected by it, by the present floods.
Yeah.
So these are easily the worst ever floods in in the last few decades. We've had floods in 2019 and 2023, but they were not half as bad as this.
Mm-hmm. So, when you say that they were not half bad as this one, what does it mean? Was the government not prepared? Because monsoons come every year, but the situation this year is worse. So, was the government not prepared, or is it the climate change impact and the government could have done nothing actually?
It's a combination of factors. And when we talk of climate change, the fact is that we know there is climate change. The IMD had been predicting heavier than normal monsoon. I think it began in April or May. It was very clear that we are going to have early and very heavy monsoon. So we can't possibly blame everything on climate change. There has to be some human interference as well. So this time round, the government had just 17 days to prepare for the floods, to make arrangements,
Yeah.
to shore up the Dhusi bunds. These are sand-filled sacks which are kept on the banks on the vulnerable banks of rivers, Beas, Satluj, Ravi, etc., to prevent the water from coming into villages, into inhabited land. So it was around, I think, generally this meeting traditionally takes place in February. So it is that far ahead that you plan for the monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, somehow, February, I guess there were other things, assembly elections in Delhi, and since our government is here, they were present there as well. And then we had a bypoll in Ludhiana in June. So I think everybody got so busy with the politics and political shenanigans that flood control, which should have been the front of the policy making, front and center of policy making, that somehow took a backseat. Because 17 days is not enough even for a small city like Chandigarh. What you are talking of entire Punjab, you are talking of thousands, over almost 3,000 kilometers of Dhusi bands. So
Hmm.
you that is not enough. And also the rain came very early because this meeting took place in June, on June 5th, I guess, and by which time the rain had already started. Uh, so I guess, uh, and then a lot of people are also saying that our rivers have not been desilted. So our reporters were on the ground. They are on the ground as of now, and they say there are a lot. They can see weeds, uh, so which means the water doesn't have anywhere to go. So if you desilt the river, it gets very deep. One of the AAP MPs, Baba Sichewal, he's a Rajya Sabha MP, and he's really helping in this effort, rescue and relief in the Jalandhar district, Jalandhar and Kapurthala districts. So he says this is a perennial thing. This happens all the time. Every year he requests the government that we should desilt our canals, we should desilt the rivers, but somehow that's pushed to the background. So that happened this year as well. So not everything was desilted. Then there were other things like NHAI. Now, in hindsight, of course, uh, NHAI had asked the Punjab government to give them silt to let them
Yeah.
desilt the rivers and use that to raise the level of the roads,
Hmm.
national highways. And that was denied. And that wasn't really the government's fault because there was a high court stay on mining, sand
Hmm.
mining. So this would also imply sand mining. I mean, if you were to give it to another government, another body.
Hmm.
And then, of course, there was also this we have these barrages. So you have these gates, flood water gates, which kind of make sure the water doesn't go to the other side, etc. So, two of these gates at the Madhupur barrage, which was built in the 19th century, I think 1872 or 1827, I don't remember the exact thing, but never has these gates been impacted. And then suddenly two of these gates fell, one person died, and 40 almost were drowned. They were saved, they were rescued because there was NDRF and paramilitary forces around. But so things are were in a bad way.
Hmm.
It's as if the water came, there were very heavy rains, and they just everything went willy-nilly. And the water came everywhere. So I guess we were perhaps not as prepared as we should have been.
Hmm. Now, when the situation is so bad, where does the Punjab government stand and where is the central government? Because there are reports of mismanagement at the relief camps. We have ground reports where villagers are complaining that they are not getting food. Others are getting twice, they are not getting once, and there's a lot of mismanagement. So, where does the Punjab government stand and where is the central government?
The central government came into picture rather late. I think the prime minister was traveling, but as soon as he reached, he called up the chief minister
Hmm.
and promised all possible help. The chief minister has asked for 66,000 crores of what he says funds that the center owes Punjab in terms of rural development funds and so on, which have been piling up over the years. So he's asked for that financial help so that he can pay farmers a compensation of 50,000 to 60,000 per acre. What normally happens is they get very, very piddly sum. It's sometimes as bad as 3,000 for an acre, which is terrible because in this case, the
Yeah.
paddy crop is standing, and they would have harvested it the early growing varieties would have been harvested at the end of September or beginning of October. So
Right.
October, November, the harvesting would have taken place. But now the farmer has lost everything. There is no way he can redeem any crop. So it's a complete wipeout. So they will have to pay him the input cost to make sure that whatever he's put in, he gets back, and leave alone the crop itself, which is his income for the year, that he's lost. Uh,
Yeah.
the governments are in talks, I believe, uh, and I hope something comes out of it.
With this push towards better infrastructure in India and states, and Punjab being a very important state as well, uh, is the infrastructure of Punjab, um, is the government trying to develop the infrastructure of of Punjab so that if situation like this occurs every year, then the government should be prepared that the city in itself is planned in a way that it doesn't submerge like the way it is now. So, do you think in past years the government has taken steps or has completely ignored the infrastructure, the drainage system? Are they outdated? And have they taken any steps to, solve this problem permanently?
I think what has happened is our municipal corporations of the cities, like the bigger cities like Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, etc., and even Chandigarh, they haven't played the kind of role they have to, because every time it rains, even cities like Ludhiana and Jalandhar, Ludhiana is a very industrial city. It's a very rich city. So
Hmm.
is Jalandhar. So is Amritsar. They
Yeah,
get flooded, and
yeah.
that is because there are multiple problems. And perhaps what happens is the corporation or the administration tackles just one issue and forgets the other. So now the drain, what happens is they say we have cleaned the gullies, etc. But
Hmm.
then there's no solid waste management process in place. So that waste continues to go into the drains, and
Hmm.
drains get chock full very soon.
Yeah.
So there is this whole cycle. You need it's not something that you do just before the monsoon. It is something that has to become a habit, a way of life. Do you have to have solid waste management in place? You have to make sure that your water, the pipes, that storm water drainage, if that is outdated, that has to be replaced. Because time and again we are told, even in Chandigarh, that our storm water drainage pipes are very narrow because they were built 60 years ago, and now suddenly the volume of rain has increased, especially the extreme rain events. So
Hmm.
extreme rain events mean what the rain you get in 2 days or 3 days, that you get in 1 hour.
Hmm.
So naturally, but then we have to think for the future. We have to think 50 years ahead,
Yeah.
and maybe change our stormwater drainage, because our cities in Punjab are very old. They're not new cities. They are not like Chandigarh, which was built from the scratch. So that has to change. Then the road gullies have to be cleaned. You have to check the use of plastic, which is completely unchecked everywhere, which chokes everything.
Right.
So there are, and then road, the levels of road, the road leveling has to be correct. If the road leveling is poor, if it is good, the water will go into the drains. If it is bad, it will collect somewhere, create those craters, etc. So it's a very interrelated issue. Various departments have to come together, put their mind to it, and do it as something that needs to be done for a city, for any modern city.
Hmm.
It's very unfortunate that somehow it's just you just kick the ball, and you blame one corporation, comes, it blames it on the previous one, and then they say we are short of funds. So there is some excuse or the other which everybody has. So no real work gets done.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Manraj, for giving us time and discussing this very important matter. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel. Thank you.